So the relationship, like I said, is one of competition. And then there are historical issues throughout every area. But I can tell you, both nationals of both countries, in spite of this rivalry, and they also feel at home. I will say that Nigerians are feel better at home in foreign countries. Ghana is where they do, and Ghanaians.
After 41 years now between Ghana and Nigeria relationship, an international analyst have this to say about the both country relationship.
An international affairs analyst, Paul Ejime, good to have you here tonight. So let's begin with this now. How would you assess the relationship between Ghana and Nigeria?
Well, it's been one of no love lost. It's been checkered and eventful at the same time. So they are brothers, they are sister nations, if you like, but there have been some frictions, like you have mentioned. By the way, the expulsion in 1983, like you said, was as a result of under former President Shagari, was because of economic crisis. And so Nigeria had to, and then the religious issue, the Kanu riots, you said 1980 and 81. But remember that similar thing has happened in Ghana under, Prime Minister Kofi Busia, as Prime Minister in Ghana, 1969. Some 200,000. People were expelled, mainly half of them were Nigerians for a similar reason. When then it was the fact that locals were complaining about unemployment, and then partly because Nigeria had also taken up maybe jealousy, because Nigerian traders, cocoa, they were involved in mineral works, were doing very well in trade. And so the locals were now saying, listen, these people are good, they are taking our jobs, and usually governments at times they bring these policies when there is an election coming, and then it becomes a popularist, they want to be popular, to show the people that they care. So it hasn't helped. So that 69 in Ghana, then followed by 83 in Nigeria, it hasn't helped any of these the relationship, because it only helps to really sour the relationship, particularly with ECOWAS that came in 1975. So if that of 1969 could be excused, that of 1983 by Nigeria, when all the two countries are members of ECOWAS, could have been handled in a much better way. So the relationship, like I said, is one of competition. And then there are historical issues to also look at. If you remember, Ghana got independence in 1957, Nigeria 1960. But in 1966, that was when the two countries experienced a military coup. Nigeria in January 1966, and then in Ghana, February 1966, the one that took out independent president in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah. So that is how it has been in football, in every area. But I can tell you, both nationals of both countries, in spite of this rivalry, and they also feel at home. I will say that Nigerians are feel better at home in foreign countries. Ghana is where they do, and Ghanaians vice versa. When they are in Nigeria, in spite of the rivalry or competition, I think there is so much in common that both countries can. Again, this issue of rivalry, like the trade, Nigerians were recently doing traders. They were being asked to take some, ridiculous amount, and then Nigeria also closed its borders. So there have been some irritants. But that should be expected. Even families, they have issues. Husband and wife, brothers and sisters in a family. And then so it also extends to international relations.
All right, so
it's not one, yeah, it's not one that is bad. I think it can be improved upon.
yeah, in terms of building upon the relationship between the two, do you perhaps, recently there was a bit of a frosty relationship, partial frosty relationship between Ghana and Nigeria owing to a demolition of Nigeria's High Commission in Ghana. So do you think perhaps that will in one sense affect any bilateral relationship between the two countries, do you think?
It has a tendency to do that, but that is because the countries are not talking. There is no communication. And then they have to, I remember that after that happened, that was followed by the issue of Ghanaian government talking about this investment act that requires foreigners to deposit about $1 million because before they can do business. That shouldn't be happening. They have ECOWAS, they all belong there, that talks about free movement of people, goods, and rights to residents and establishment. So if there are issues, they should come together. I think both leaders are now talking. There is the Nigeria-Ghana commission, bilateral commission, you talked about it. They should meet and iron out these issues, because it's not conflict resolution. The world, if anybody tells you that there can be a war without conflict or crisis, that is being naive. But it's now on the capacity to be able to resolve them, to be able to mediate and get them out of the way. So Nigeria and Ghana, they have a lot more similarities than things that divide them. I think they should now enhance those things that bring them together than focus on things that are dividing them.
All right,
that is the way to go.
A fine place.
It's been 41 years now after what have happened between Ghana and Nigeria 1983, when Nigeria said Ghana must go, and all of that happened in the past. It have not been easy. I feel like that bring a lot of harm than good to the union of this both country, because ever since then the scars are remain in the hearts of Ghanaians. Not all of them are able to heal about what have happened in the past. Yes, some of the youth do not know what have happened in the past, because at that time some of them were not born, but their fathers, their uncles, their aunties, their mother were there. They witnessed these things that have happened, so they have told them that this is what have happened in the past. So majority of Ghanaians, I quote, some of the Ghanaians are not really happy of what have happened in the past. So I feel like that really bring a lot of harm than good to the relationship between these both countries, because yes, Ghana also did the same thing for foreigners to leave their country before Nigeria actually did Ghana must go. But the difference is that Ghanaian leaders give foreigners time to leave their country compared to that of Nigeria leaders did to foreigners in their country. At that time, it was not only Ghanaians that supposed to leave Nigeria, it was all foreigners who do not have a document should leave their country. But the thing is that Ghanaians are more than the other foreigners who were there at that time. So that particular act actually affect Ghanaians more, because there's more Ghanaians at that time in Nigeria compared to other foreigners in the country. That pain is still in the hearts of some of the Ghanaians. They are not able to heal. As a Nigerian living in Ghana, I've come across some of the Ghanaians. I have conversation with them. In the process of this conversation, we'll get to the point where we'll talk about what happened in the year 1983, and you'll see them saying that, oh, that pain was so sad. Oh, my uncle told me, my auntie told me. In one way or the other, Ghanaians always have families who have been there at that time, who witnessed the acts, who told them what have happened. Majority of the Ghanaians do not come back with a lot of things. Like some of them do not even come back with their property back to Nigeria. Some of them lost their life, lost their loved ones in the process of that particular act that Nigeria leader did in the year 1983. So for me, I feel like that particular thing did not bring anything good to the union between these both countries. Yes, Nigeria and Ghana are in a good terms now. We are okay. Of course, we are one Africa continent. We are one West Africa people. We are the same ECOWAS people, but at the same time, the scar is in the hearts of Ghanaians. Sometimes when I post a video on my platform here, I see some hateful comments. Some Ghanaians will tell me, leave our country, or probably they will say, oh, Nigeria must go, will happen. I see those comments. I feel their pain because I know where it's coming from. I know it's their heart of pain. I don't really take it so deep because I understand where they are coming from when they say those things to Ghana. So it's painful, no doubt. We have moved on. We have healed. Some of them have moved on in that scene, but the scars can never be erased from their hearts. So I just want some Ghanaians to understand that that is in the past. So we should please forgive and forget and move on, because the youth of nowadays, we did not even aware of what happened. We were not even born. Some of the youth were not born at that time when this particular act took place. So if you are using what have happened in the past to punish the innocent Nigerians who are born now, who are still growing, you are just being unfair to them, because I know that yes, some people have to pay for the sins of their forefather, but please, let's let go and forgive, because these things do not bring any good to the relationship. So please, I want you to also don't forget to drop what you think about what this man actually said. Do you think what he said is right? I love to read comments, so please do me well by dropping your thoughts and your opinion of what this Nigerian man have said about the both country relationship so far. But we have been doing good. When it comes to Ghana and Nigeria, our relationship is stronger. Trust me, whatever have happened in the past is in the past. We are moving forward. We are okay now. We are happy, at least to an extent, when it comes to Africa continent. When you mention Ghana, you definitely mention Nigeria. They are always going together. I don't know how they're able to do that. These both countries are always like a twin. Of course, Ghana is a motherland. Nigeria is a fatherland. So it's like a two combo always come together, and we are always in the good terms. I know that sometimes we get some hateful things on social media. We fight about things, but at the same time, it's not that deep. We only fight on social media. In reality, these both countries are doing well and they're okay, and their relationship is getting stronger. A lot of Ghanaians are getting married to Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians are getting married to Ghanaians. They're giving birth to kids, you see. So you see the union are getting closer. Yes, there are some Ghanaians who live in Nigerians who have been there for years. The same thing, there are some Nigerians who also live in Ghana. They have been here for years. So I feel, and I quote, they both countries, they are doing well. So I just pray that Africa to come together, we should unite, because that is what our great Kwame Nkrumah always wanted for us, to be united. We should unite. We should forget whatever happened in the past and move on and try to see what we can do for our continent, how we can move forward, how we can be able to speak one word. Like when we say something, we do it together as a continent, as a people. That is what we want to see in Africa, because we fighting, we're not going to bring anything to us. When we come together, we can be able to see the way forward for Africa. So that is what we should be thinking of. We should unite and spread love around us. Whatever happened in the past, let it be in the past. Let's move forward and see what the future holds for Africa. Of course, we are great people. Africa is a great people. We are the strongest. Forget it. No matter what people feel that. But we are still the best people on planet Earth. For me, Africa is the best. For me, we are strong. We are smart. We are brave. Name it. We are special in our own ways. So please do me well by dropping your comments of what you think of the video. And don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button if you have not done that. Share with a friend who would love to watch this video with you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.